All right, today we're jumping into a really deep, ancient idea, something you find in the Quran, the Bible, and even in Eastern philosophy. It's this concept that everything, all of creation, even our own thoughts, kicked off with a single word. It's a huge question, right? One that people have been chewing on for, well, forever. How can our little finite minds possibly wrap themselves around something that is, by its very nature, limitless? Well, the sources we're digging into today all point to this incredible unifying answer. And it's not some crazy complex formula. It's actually something really fundamental to who we are, the Word. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the incredible power that's packed into this idea of a divine word. We're not just talking about speech here. This is about creation itself, about literally speaking reality into existence. So in Islam, this idea is called the Kalimah. And look, this isn't just a word like you and I would use. Think of it more like the divine command, the very decree from Allah that gets the whole show started. It's the foundational act of all existence. And you see this perfectly in the Qur'an with the phrase Kun Faya Kun. It means be, and it is. Just like that. There's no waiting around, no process. It's just bam, instant creation. The divine word speaks and reality happens. And what's so wild is that you find this exact same idea in other places. Take the Gospel of John. Right at the beginning, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God." So the Word, or the Logos, isn't just a tool God uses. It is God. It's the divine thought, the very essence that everything comes from. So here's the key takeaway, right? This is not just a one-off idea. Whether you call it the Logos, like in Greek philosophy and Christianity, or the Shabad, the divine hymn in Sikhism, or that primordial sound of Om, or even Ik Onkar, the one universal creative energy, they're all pointing to the same thing, this foundational creative vibration that's humming beneath all of reality. But hang on, this isn't just some story about the beginning of time. The sources are telling us it's not a past event. The word is a continuous thing, an ongoing testimony that you can actually see and hear in everything around you right now. For example, in Islam, Jesus, or Isa, is called Kalimatullah, which means the word of Allah. He was brought into being by a special divine command. Now, let's expand on that. What if it's not just one prophet? What if every single atom, every star in the sky is its own unique expression, its own little manifestation of that very same foundational word? So where can you find these echoes? Well, according to our sources, they are literally everywhere. Yeah, in sacred sounds like the call to prayer, for sure, but also in the rustling of leaves, the crash of thunder, the song of a bird. All of these are seen as the universe itself, speaking, They're the non-human expressions of that divine word. Okay, so we've looked for the word out there, in the cosmos, in nature, but what if the most important echo isn't out there at all? What if it's found right inside your own head? Let's dive into that link between the universal word and our own consciousness. Seriously, just stop and think about it. What's going on in your mind right now? It's a nonstop stream of words, right? An inner conversation. Even when you see something, you immediately slap a label, a word on it. And your whole identity, everything you think you are, is all built around one central word, your name. And this whole idea leads down a really profound path. First, you start to notice, hey, my thoughts are words. Then, you realize your whole sense of self, your identity, is basically just another word, your name. The final leap is realizing that you're not just using words, you are the word. Your consciousness is literally made of the same stuff as the universe. And that is where it all leads. It's this moment where the line between your inner words, your thoughts, and the outer word, all of creation, just starts to dissolve. That feeling of being separate just melts away. And you get this incredible sense of unity, of being totally connected to everything. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. We've gone from the scale of the entire cosmos right down into our own minds. And what's becoming super clear is that we're really just talking about one single reality. It just happens to have a lot of different names. I mean, look at this. Whether it's the Kalimah in Islam, meaning Allah's creative command, or the Logos in Christianity, the creative thought of God, or the Shabad in Sikhism, the core idea is exactly the same. It's the creative spark, the divine blueprint, the actual substance of reality that makes everything, well, be. So what is the word then? It's the source code for everything we see. It's the vibration humming behind total silence. It's the blueprint of creation. It's the mirror that our own consciousness looks into. And maybe most of all, it's the truth that doesn't need to be argued for, because its very existence is the argument. And that leaves us with one last big question to ponder. If absolutely everything in existence is an expression of the word, then what in the world is silence? Is it just the absence of the word? Or is it the source, the unexpressed potential from which every single word emerges? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.